Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Mr. Something, become more clear. You are so fuzzy because you're so near. I need my glasses to be everywhere. Mr. Something, what are you saying? It seems so nebulous, I don't understand. I'm making these words up as I go along. You think it's right, but I know that it's wrong. Mr. Something. I almost said Sandman, because that's what I'd like to say that. Sandman. Hey man, what's up with the sand, man? What's up with the sand? Guy comes back to the beach. Hey, Mr. Sandman. Right? My grandfather, he didn't like to pick us up from the beach. I was very put out by that. And God love him. God bless him. You know, he worked hard. I don't know how hard he worked. He worked. He was rich. My grandfather was rich. My grandfather was raised rich. I was kind of rich. I was half rich because my grandfather was almost done being rich when I was a kid. We were rich. We were rich when we went to my mother's parents' house, and they lived .8 miles from the beach. Like, you know, it's under a mile. You can walk there, and you'd be at the beach, right? Not even the best beach. Not even like not a top 20 beach on Cape Cod, but a beach nonetheless. Sand next to the ocean, which is in and of itself, you know. It's like an above ground pool is still a pool. Pool is like an above ground pool is still a pool. In fact, there was a on the way walking Worcester Court Avenue. You can look it up. Worcester Court in Falmouth. You can look it up. 72 Worcester Court. Go to the house. Wow, I shouldn't do that. Whatever. I don't think you're not gonna go to the house. I don't even know who owns it anymore. I'm not really doxing people if I don't know who lives there. Okay. Anyway, yeah, the old manor. I hope the people that bought it fixed it up because it was in disrepair. But anyway, walking from that house down to the beach, on the right before you cross the street to get to the beach, there was some sort of motel, you know, the Falmouth Heights Motel or something like this. It's a Falmouth Heights beach, but they had a pool, and I remember thinking as a little kid how strange that was. Like, why would you have a pool? You're like, that's the ocean right there. And it's like lounging around in a bird bath if you had a pool. I guess the comparison might not be, that's not even be apt. That's a pool versus the ocean. People don't like to go in the ocean necessarily. It's like, it's gross. It's like got sharks and such in it. It's got sharks, jellyfish, jelly donuts. No, I've never been bitten by a jelly donut. Man, that stings. That joke stings. That joke hurt me to say it. It sounds like a joke from the 50s, right? It's like watching like the Merv Griffin show. Oh my God! Speaking of the Merv Griffin show, if you're watching this on the YouTube, do yourself a favor, find. I think if you just search Merv Griffin, Richard Pryor, you'll find it. Richard Pryor on the Merv Griffin show. I don't know if it's like part two of the show or whatever. It seems like it was a 90. I'm guessing it's a 90-minute show because the clip I found was 45 minutes long, and it has also Jerry Lewis as a guest, and also the Everly Brothers. And the Everly Brothers seemed to already be out. They had already come out. Everybody smokes, by the way. The Everly Brothers are smoking a cigarette. One of the Everly Brothers, the Everly brother, is smoking a cigarette. Arthur Treacher, who when I was a kid, they still had Arthur Treacher's Fish and Chips. In fact, when I first moved to Cape Cod, they still had, in the late 70s, they still had Arthur Treacher's Fish and Chips. He was the sidekick. He was like the Ed McMahon for Merv Griffin. Again, Merv Griffin, who even knows who that is? I do, you know. A lot of these things that I reference and know about are, you know, a household word, you know. It's a household, like it's the kitchen sink, or it's a orange peeler, or a mandolin for people of a certain age. I was thinking to myself, I say this when I'm talking to anybody under 40. I sometimes catch myself and I go, yeah, that's not a person that you know who that is. And like if I say Walter Cronkite, I said Walter Cronkite to somebody who was 21 a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, you're not gonna know who that is. Interesting though, like historically, you should know who it is. Just it's a whether you like Walter Cronkite or not. I met him. I met him. Also, that relates to Falmouth as well. Going down to the beach when we were little kids, and I was probably, I remember I was probably like 7 or 8 years old, and we walked down to the beach. I was probably even younger than that. I was probably more like 6, and my sister was probably 8. I might have been 5, and my sister 7. And my mother, she must have gone. She must have probably gone to a payphone across the street. She probably went to the payphone by that motel that had a pool, and called her father and asked him to come down and pick us up. So I believe it was my mother and her 2 youngest children, maybe her 3 youngest children, maybe my brother as well. And there was some problem with exhaustion. So so she asked him to come pick us up, and he did. And he got really like very. He pulls into the parking lot, which is just right there. You know, it's all, literally he had to drive less than a mile, right? And he like makes us like get as much sand off us as we possibly could before we get into his car. And he lives, he lives in a beach town. God forbid there's sand in your interior. I don't even think that hurts your car, does it? I don't know. Just a little sand. Anyway, so he does that, and then when we get to his house, we don't get to go inside, And of course, we're exhausted. That's the reason the problem is, And I'm 5, so this is all very shaky memory. But then he makes us hose down before we go inside his house. This is very, very, very like friendly and warm feeling. Well, I just made another long. I was gonna do a podcast, but I just really like. I really like looking right at the camera. I don't know why I'm so inspired. I was thinking of doing a short thing. I just have so much to say. I have so much to say, and who can I tell it to? I am blessed. I'm blessed with having 2 friends that I can talk to like for a really long time. 3, 4, yeah, 4. I'm thinking maybe 5. There's probably 5. There's probably 6 if I really pushed it. I can get on the phone with and talk to for an hour. But it's really like, who wants to listen to people talk for that long? There's stuff to do. I gotta go. I can't listen to you talk. Ozarks is on. All right. Well, I don't know what that was about, but thank you. You're great. God bless you. Love you and keep you.